Good morning, millennials, and welcome back to The Toast. Happy
Thursday.
Beacon Day,
Bean
Thursday, B-Day.
Beacon Day, Bruno Day, Busing Day,
Botticelli Day.
Botticelli.
Yeah.
What's that?
Isn't that like a famous artist or something?
Yeah.
Like a composer?
No,
like
you're
that's
right.
so us.
That's so us. Botticelli, he's an artist, as are we.
And today is just like kind of a long-awaited day. As you guys know, Jackie and I have sold out the Beacon Theater not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 nights, not in a row. But today and tomorrow, Jackie and I are selling out our first like kind of ever asterisk live podcast. We are so excited. We have so many fun games, from segments, fun, topics of conversation, things in which to discuss at the Beacon Theater this evening. So if you're going to be there, we can't wait to see you. And if you're not going to be there, perhaps Girly Swirly's Night Out will be coming to a city near you sometime soon.
Perhaps, though there's no plans for it. So
0.
Maybe make a plan, pack a snack, and come to New York.
Maybe make haste.
Make haste in coming to New York.
I did see a couple of seats popped open, actually on the floor, pretty good
Not
seats.
the poppin'.
On Ticketmaster. So if you're in New York in the area and you want to come by, it's going to be such a great, that's why I kind of look a little ugly today, because we are going to be getting into full hair and makeup later today. So I wasn't blowing out my hair. I took an everything shower, got a spray tan. So if I'm looking like a little unique, that's why.
I didn't do my eyeshadow this morning. I only did creams. That's I couldn't really show up without makeup, but I used only creams, no bronzer powder. So it's a little light fair, but I probably look the exact same to you guys.
Yeah, thankfully this camera's like not that high def. You probably are like, you guys look the same, ugly as ever. Like,
Thanks, guys.
So I kind of have been thinking of nothing but GSNO, Girly Swirly's Night Out. I'm really looking forward to like the first one sort of being out of the way. I'm a little nervous.
Of course, it would be crazy not to be.
Yeah, but I can't really explain the difference in like preparing for a show with you versus like a stand-up show by myself. Like the day I actually did play the Beacon Theater by myself, like the day of was probably one of the worst days of my life. Like I couldn't get comfortable. I had a stomach ache. Like the levels of anxiety are so different. Like I'm actually really excited for tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. And I think it's also this dichotomy, to borrow your favorite word.
The dichotomy of it all.
Between wanting to be prepared and knowing that we're improv swirlies.
Yeah.
And we have a great outline, but then we have to let the chips fall where they may, Turtaloo.
Yeah.
We might do a little so much pre-Fast 5 banter, we might not even get to our precious segments.
Yeah, we definitely are off the cuff girlies. And that's the thing about GSNO. Like, you never know what's going to happen.
And with us, like the more off the cuff, the better.
Yeah. So if you are coming to the show tonight, like just be prepared for a whirlwind of events.
Expect the unexpected.
Yeah. I think here's what you can expect. 2 like absolutely gorgeous girls sickening the house down boots in our dresses. Like we have the looks solidified.
Yeah.
2, another thing you can expect. Laughs, joke, laugh. Perhaps a little singing. Like I feel as though it's definitely in the cards.
Perhaps a little dancing.
Although my shoes like are not super comfortable.
So you want to stay sedentary.
I might
take them off
once we get on stage, like once the photos are out of the way, things of that nature.
Fine by me, approved.
So I'm excited. It kind of feels weird like doing a show like this regular show.
Yeah, this kind of like irrelevant.
No, yeah, it's like we just have so many important things to do
like we're just
after this.
Sitting here doing this. But today's episode is really exciting because it's Thursday, which is always a banner moment for the community.
Huge.
Bruno is here. He hasn't been to the New York studio in forever, but he's a little depressed in New York. He's sad in New York.
Yeah.
Because this leg of our summer trip is not for him.
Yeah, before we get to the Hamptons, he'll be free to roam with his cousins.
Like it's Bruno's world. In New York, like I didn't have that much planned for him. That's why I took him to the studio today, just because I felt sorry for him.
Yeah, he's kind of just been like living at the apartment.
Yeah, just like greeting everyone as they come in, saying, when will it be my turn to leave?
And like watching everyone leave, going to like fun and exciting things like the Beacon Theater. And he's just sort of like staying back at the apartment again.
Yeah, and every time he goes out, it's like just to pee and come back in.
I know.
There's no real adventure for him.
When I came over to your apartment yesterday, like I did think like, oh,
he was going,
Bruno, I forgot you're here.
Stop, don't say that.
But he's being such a good boy.
I'm going to bring him by you at, I don't even know when, but that's part of my plan because you have a fun area for dogs.
Yes,
like,
I do have a little dog
that
park.
would be fun for him if he could make
That
it
would
there.
be. If Bruno can, get out of the apartment, that would be great. Bruno's kind of giving Jacob Tremblay. Well, I'm glad Bruno could make it to work. I'm glad you and I can make it to work because honestly, like we do have bigger and better things to do than work. However, like we're not going to let it get to our heads.
We're big stars.
Yeah, we're not going to let it get to our heads.
That studio, it's looking a little small.
We are like kind of like the thing in like everyone in New York is talking about, you know?
It's so true.
Everyone's trying to get tickets. Everyone's texting the friend that they know who works in marketing. Like everybody wants tickets. We are kind of at the helm of this cultural moment in the greatest city in the world, you know?
Yeah.
So
I experienced a lot of this greatest city yesterday.
What'd you do?
Well, we were traversing. It was a traversal day. And then I went and recorded Redheads. We recorded in a third-party studio.
Fancy.
All together. We were so fancy. You couldn't stop us.
Are you glad you like sprung for the big studio?
No, it didn't work out logistically. I was so late and Margot had a hard stop. So we didn't have
the
as
Redheads
much,
are in disarray.
We didn't have as much time as I would have liked because Redhead episodes are really long. We only do one a month. In hindsight, I should have just done it here. Like, we got too big for our britches.
Okay, because that was like my idea.
It was your idea, and it was a good one.
And
but just when you said uptown, I realize now you just meant not Canal Street.
The studio that you went to is not the one that I had suggested. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, how did I end up there?
I don't know, but it looked gorgeous.
It was gorgeous, and we all were so happy to be together. It was a great episode, a great book, a great conversation. Honestly, shout out to Penguin Random House because their book club guide, each question, like whatever we answered, it flowed into the next question. That's the best because sometimes we're like talking about something and the next question is like, and back over here.
I just feel like your tardiness shouldn't be a reflection about me encouraging you to book that studio. Like, I'm glad. I think
where I was coming from. Well, no, you didn't know. Sorry, I only booked that studio because you suggested it. I was like, oh yeah, that does sound like a good idea. Narrator, it was not the right idea. Not your fault.
No, but I think once you see the footage, you'll feel like you were glad you did it.
Well, once I'm editing the footage, I won't because I have to do so much editing because people were in and out, is all I'll say.
The Redheads are just constantly in flux.
That's what happens when you have 4 hosts on a pod. Everybody has full lives.
Yeah, like families, things in which to worry about.
Work events, that's where Snitch was going.
Totally.
It's a lot. But per usual, the Redheads got her done. What did you expect?
Nothing
less.
Nothing less. We did. We had a fabulous day. It was 9,000 degrees. We actually like went to the park on the sun yesterday. When I got home from the park.
Sun? In the sun.
No, it was on the sun. Like seriously, we were on the sun.
Okay.
We were on the sun. When I got home, I was so worried about my spray tan. I was sweating so much.
I know. I saw some on my shirt. Oops.
Seriously, like a low in morale. Like when I got home, I fell asleep. Like I had seriously I was sweating like an animal.
And so imagine then going and sitting in traffic, being late for the people that you love who are waiting for you in a gorgeous studio.
I just really feel like you're trying to put that on me, and it's not me.
Oh my God, no! I'm trying to paint a picture for you. May I paint like Botticelli or no? I thought it was B-Day.
You may paint, but like your picture's making me sad. Like
that was the point because you tried to make me sad, and I'm doing? I'm one-upping you.
I climb into bed and your painting starts making me sad.
I'm one-upping you. Things were harder for me.
You can't outdo the doer. You can't out one-up the one-upper.
You are the one-upper, typically.
No, I know.
So how does it feel?
It's very Luann Lesseps coded of me. No, it's definitely annoying. Like, it's definitely annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I was hot. Let's just leave it at that.
And then things got worse for me. What about me?
But I was hot, you know?
And Bruno was lonely.
Yeah. But what else is new?
Stop.
Bruno, we're so glad you could make it.
He needs his bro-meo.
He's welcome to come over at any time.
If only he can get there.
Romeo doesn't get into much, you know? Romeo's a very big inside dog. Like, when we take him out to go to the bathroom, he's racing back inside. That's what I love about him most.
Yeah.
He's so different than Theo. Like, Theo couldn't spend enough time outside.
Oh.
Bruno's looking so cute.
Bruno's a sweet angel.
He is.
Should we bring him to the Beacon?
You know, I was actually thinking, like, what if we just brought Romeo to the Beacon?
I don't know about, I mean, you're welcome to bring Romeo, but I feel like Bruno's the better choice.
Wow.
Just because.
She really is one-upping me today.
Just because, like.
He's older.
He's older.
I'm older.
And, like, he's been waiting a lifetime for this. Like, Romeo's just born. He gets to perform at the Beacon.
Yes, actually. Like.
Or, by the way, we could bring both of them.
Yeah, of course. I wasn't the one suggesting it was one or the other.
I just thought, like, one was crazy, 2 is crazier.
No, it's seriously psychotic. We're not bringing either of them.
And it's like, it's giving, like, Caesar Milan. Welcome to our dog show.
You know, I met Caesar Milan once.
I mean, could you imagine them running through the audience? It would be amazing.
No, but Jackie, we would have 3,000 dog sitters, unless there's like one crazy person coming who would like kidnap one of them.
Or like allergic. These dogs are highly allergic.
Well, like if you're allergic to Cavaliers, like don't come to the Girlies Swirlies night out because you never know what furry friend is gonna pop out on stage.
Okay, maybe if like tonight's like sucks.
Yeah.
Tomorrow
if we need like an embellishment. We'll bring the dogs out. Just whore them out. Put them to work.
Who let the dogs out? Who.
So we do have like a kind of a busy day. Some would say performing to a sold out audience at the Beacon Theater.
Day.
Some people would say that constitutes a busy day. You know, getting in full glam, being stars, socialites, things of that nature.
Going through our outline while also doing improv.
Right. That sort of delicate balancing act.
The dichotomy.
The dichotomy of it all,
Holding
bro.
space for both things.
Well, having said that, I do feel like this sort of nuisance of an episode, like we need to get on with it, you know?
The show.
I like how like there's millions of people who listen to this show and 3,000 people coming tonight, and like the way
all of a sudden you guys are irrelevant.
It's the 3,000. Like today, I'm living for the 3,000.
We
you know? We're living in the year 3,000.
Yeah.
Not much has changed, but it's girly swirlies night out.
And your great granddaughter is a toaster.
Oh, is a toaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that you've got the music in you. You've got the music in you. You're going to need it tonight.
Oh my God, I'm being yelled at. Holy shit. You just had like your mom voice on. You're going to need it tonight. Go to your room. Like, okay. Scary. I literally didn't do anything wrong. Like, I don't know why I'm like in the principal's office.
Right.
What?
You did something right.
What did I do? Okay.
You sang. You had a song in your heart.
Okay, Abby Lee. Like, you're being a stage mom. Like, sing, get on stage.
I feel like, though, we'll see. Like, let the chips fall where they may, how things shake out tonight. But I do feel like you would be more of the stage mom. You will be more of the stage mom, right?
I just feel like you came into the show tonight, like, really aggressive. Like, I don't really understand what's going on. I haven't done anything yet.
No,
like,
but just when you think about like the show, I feel like you're.
Well, but I think what you're trying to say is I have a lot of theater experience.
Exactly, and you're going to be like stage left, hit your mark.
So I don't think that will translate into stage motherness, but I do hear what you're saying, and I do think my wealth of knowledge and experience might, yes, put me in a bit of a more, controlling position.
Right, I'm a bit more laissez-faire.
Yeah. And I did want to talk about that on stage tonight, so let's save that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I just had some thoughts,
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, I just want to make sure like everyone in the audience knows this is my second time performing at the Beacon Theater.
Is it the roast of Jackie O?
No.
No, I'm not. I don't want to roast anyone, and I don't want to be roasted.
People who like roasts. I mean, Brian for his 40th birthday he did a whole roast. Seriously, I'd sooner die.
Yeah, and I also don't want to roast someone else.
No, that part wasn't so bad.
Because I would feel like, did I go too far? That's the worst feeling. Like you hurt someone's feelings.
Yeah,
and
but
as much
if a
as people
person is putting themselves in the position to like host a roast about themselves, they're probably incapable of having their feelings hurt.
No. I think they're capable. They're not allowed to have their feelings hurt,
Yeah,
though, so they'll never tell you. But if your relationship changes after, like, just know you went too far.
I want to talk about something. Is that my clip?
Yes, I brought it all the way from the Sunshine State.
Can I use it? I wanted to put my hair up, and that's like my special clip. I left it at your house. I've been looking for it.
I do enjoy this one. I'll give it to you, but I'm letting you know it's a good one.
She'll give it to me. You mean you'll give it back to me?
No, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it's an extra large claw clip because I have such thick,
It's a nice claw clip where you really don't realize you're wearing a claw clip, whereas all the other ones, like, you feel the pulling.
Yeah, of course. No, this doesn't tug on your hair at all.
Like, it actually feels like a ponytail.
Yeah, no, I paid like a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but like a lot for a claw clip. And it was this company that made like small, medium, large, extra large claw clips. I was like, I think I might need an extra large, and this is that.
You know you're not supposed to drive with a claw clip?
I did know that because...
It makes sense, because if you get into an accident, like, in the clip, like, digs into your...
It, like, pierces your skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God I don't really drive much, so I'm safe.
I feel like you drive a lot.
Well, I'm sorry. Can you not be in a car or just driving?
I think driving is worse.
Because I don't physically drive much, and even, like, I'm usually in, like, a taxi or an Uber, and if I am in my car, Ben is driving me, so...
Okay. I feel like whenever I'm in your car, you're driving, obviously. We're mukbanging or something,
well,
trips to the Cape.
Imagine how I feel.
We should take a trip to the Cape.
1,000%.
I've kind of been itching to go to that part of the country.
I would
What's
love
that part called? Like Cape
Northeast.
Cod, Martha's Vineyard, Nantucket.
New England.
And then our
Maine.
favorite place, Newport.
Yeah,
We've already been there.
Yes, we do need to do we've been to Nantucket, we didn't like it. Although I do think if we went back and we did it better, we would like it.
Because now we're like more outdoorsy and we appreciate nature. There we were inside cats, like Romeo.
Yeah. No, and also like our lodging wasn't right.
We stayed in a hotel for ants.
Yeah, no, all the things needed to be changed. So I would return to Nantucket. I would go to Cape Cod. Yes. I would love to spend a weekend in Maine.
Same.
Like those, I don't know what parts like of Maine that, like those summery parts where everybody eats lobster and goes to the beach, you know?
Yeah.
Like Kennebunkport.
Let us know in the comments. But what's so crazy is like we could do that.
Well, that's life. Like all these things I want to do. And like, yes, I'm at a place in my life. I'm a dink, you know, I have disposable income. I don't have children yet. Like I can do it. And the fact that I don't is like a tragedy.
Yeah. But also like if we want to do something together, we can do anything because we can podcast from anywhere.
We're kind of inextricably linked for life.
It's so true. We're inextricably linked.
For life.
Like we could go to Maine next week.
For a year.
And work wouldn't have to change.
Nothing would change.
For a year.
No, we could.
Nothing would have to change as long as we're together.
Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Hey, it's always better when we're together.
I'm looking so Maine today. Do you know what I mean?
You are.
Like I have a cottage in Maine.
I'm looking so like I packed a ton for this trip but forgot about the 3 episodes of the toast I had to do.
Why? Actually, I thought when you walked in that you looked like very put together and nice.
Well, thank you so much. This is my stained sweatshirt from the airplane.
Oh, wow. Bottom of the barrel.
Yep. I packed enough shorts. Don't worry about me.
Oh, thank God.
And my go-to loafers. These are like a sneaker for me.
Yeah, just Hermes loafers, like a sneaker.
Margot got me these for my birthday, and let me just say how she slayed the house down. Flats.
Oh, speaking of, like, are you feeling good, like, what place you're at with my birthday gift?
I'm feeling so good, like, and excited. Like, I have too many options.
Okay.
So
So
now.
options, meaning she hasn't purchased yet.
No, I haven't.
That's okay.
I haven't. You know, just want to make sure I see everything.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Before I make a purchase that's good enough for my turt.
100%.
Really,
Bert.
turt?
Really, Turt.
But while I have you here, any direction that you want to push me towards?
Yes, yes. So I have personally been in the market for like a new summer tote bag. And I got one and returned it, as you know. And I haven't really found one that speaks to me yet from a price point. Like I know which one I would like, but I need to be, you know, fiscally
Which one would you
conservative.
like just for like my
I need to be
mood board?
fiscally conservative, socially responsible.
Socially liberal.
Right. So you know what I mean? Like that's kind of my mindset. Oh, when shopping for bags, you know, fiscally conservative, socially liberal. That's funny. Like
That is funny. Also, speaking of fiscally conservative, socially liberal, what's so crazy is the debate.
I know.
Is tonight?
Honestly, like it's kind of the TV event of the century, and the fact that 3,000 people have decided to spend the evening with us.
But they didn't even decide because
I
we
know.
announced GSNO before they announced the debate.
And like honestly, I do feel like a little bit of FOMO. You know how much I love to be a part of something
yeah.
that like everyone on the planet is going to be talking. Like not us thinking like we're the biggest thing in New York. Everyone's talking about us. No one's talking about us. Like because there is this sort of historic debate, and like it is killing me that I'm not going to be able to be like live watching and like reading the funny tweets. You know.
Yeah.
So that's something we have to live with as like working women, and we will get through this because we are survivors. But yes, I was giggling because it also reminded me of the debate: fiscally conservative, socially liberal. So yeah, like a big summary tote.
What's the dream bag?
But see, it's not even a dream because like I really like it, but I didn't buy it because of the price, and I wouldn't want you to buy it because of the
Okay.
price. But it's the Miu Miu one. You know the one that I got?
Yeah.
It's like the same exact color and stuff, but it's the hobo shape strap, like just one strap. But it's not worth the money. Like it's a bad investment, and I really like. I'm telling you, don't get it.
I'm not going to.
Okay.
But you liked the fact that it was one strap?
I was into that. You know, one strap. It's so like different for me. You know.
Strap.
But also, I'm kind of desperate, and all my sisters listening, and anybody who wants to purchase me a gift, I am in need of shoes, like different sort of summery shoes. I would love. You know, a nice sandal, maybe with a heel or without a heel, you know?
I got you nice sandals 2 years ago.
And they're some of my most prized possessions.
Not the Prada ones.
That's
Those
what
LV ones.
that I've seriously worn to the bone.
Okay.
They're brown now and they were white. And I still, by the way, I wore them the other day.
Okay,
like,
great.
Perfect gift. A little flat, you know, a little low to the ground, like a little painful.
Okay.
But not complaining
You
about
need,
the
like, a little
beautiful,
more
generous
support.
gift. Yeah. So yeah, shoes and a bag is always welcome.
Always a good idea.
What else do I need?
Let me see if I had anything written down. It's also a great use of lists, you guys, is when you think of a gift for someone,
That's so
just to
true.
write it down because it's probably not coming up. And then I
true.
just have this like list of random things that I think my family would like. my list for use from last year, and I crushed it. So
You did. You're a very good gift giver. So I'm not worried like in the slightest. And you know what? We have this big summer trip coming up, and I'm like, I'm wanting to buy all these things for my trip, but I know my birthday is like a couple of days into the trip, and so I'm just kind of going to let everybody buy me the things that I need this summer.
okay.
You know? And if anybody asks you, because I know our sisters do not listen to the show, if anybody asks you, just be like, I know she's looking for fabulous things to wear on our fabulous trip this summer.
Beautiful.
Like, don't be buying me a puffer, you know?
Right.
Think for this season.
We always do, because also that's like what's in store, and maybe something that you could wear to Maine for our big
For
trip
the year.
to Maine.
For our year-long trip to Maine, yeah.
Year-long trip to Maine, where we'll be opening a sandwich shop. By the way, has Ben said anything more about the sandwich shop?
No,
Also, I heard that on Good Guys, like he talks to Josh about opening a sandwich shop with him.
Oh, okay. So thank you for bringing this up. So Ben and I recorded a Patreon episode together in these two chairs right here. It's available in video and audio format if you just want to catch up with Ben, and we caught up on so much. You know, my entry to golf. I finally got Ben's take on the whole Craig 20 thing. Like, he hadn't really been a part of that saga. Then we talked at length about Stranberry's, the potential sandwich store. And the people in the comments were calling him out because, again, I didn't know that either. Someone was like, does Jackie know that, like, you're a cheater? And, like, you talk about this big sandwich shop.
You're just opening sandwich shops with everyone.
Good Guys subs. They, like, have a whole concept for it. And Ben was like, you know, thank you for calling me out. He did say, like, if he had his druthers and both of you guys like wanted to open up, he would go with you more so because like the power of the toast, he's kind of using you for your influence. And he likes your idea. He just doesn't think it's scalable. And he actually doesn't think like Josh would really ever do it. You know, like Josh is busy, like he's in Oppenheimer. He's not going to be opening up a sandwich shop.
Right. I feel like maybe Josh and I should get on the horn.
Plot twist.
Because I feel like Ben's kind of like milking both of us
He's
for
jerking
ideas.
you both around.
No, and it's like we each have our ideas. Like if we just came together, cut out the middleman.
I love that. Who's kind of slowing down the process at
I
this
was
point.
actually reading Josh's book last night because it's like one that I hadn't finished, and then I'm in my reading habit because I just finished Redheads, and so yeah, I think what if I just called Josh up?
Isn't it like a really good book?
Yeah, no,
He's
I'm
very funny.
seriously enjoying it. It's such a great palate cleanser.
Yep.
Like just the perfect thing to read last night. So thanks, Josh. No thanks, Ben.
NTB.
I think now, without further ado, considering the busy day that was aforementioned.
Yeah, considering we're like the second hottest thing happening in the country tonight.
Where is the debate happening tonight?
Not a clue. I'm going to say DC.
I feel like it should be DC. Without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know.
And the Fast 5 stories that you, need to know are brought to you by State Farm. When you get a new car, a new house, the first thing you might find yourself saying is, how is this real? But really, the words you want to be saying are, or singing, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Because in life, there's so many milestone moments, like buying your first house or getting a car, like so exciting. And while you want to just kind of celebrate and you forget about all responsibility, it is really important to take, you know, the correct next steps. And finding your State Farm agent is that next step. And State Farm is there with the coverage that you need for your car, your home, even boats, motorcycles, and RVs. Things of that nature, things in which that matter to you. With a State Farm agent, you know someone is there to help you choose the coverage that you need. With so many coverage options, it feels good knowing that you can find what fits for you. And when you need ways to get help, State Farm gives you options there too. So maybe you're like me, a technology swirly who loves to do everything on their phone. With State Farm, you can get help on the statefarm.com website or their award-winning app. Perhaps you're like Jax and Ballerini Farm. You like to handle things a little bit slower, you know, a little bit more in person, a little bit more IRL, or on the phone with a local agent. That's what we love about State Farm. No matter what kind of toaster you are, State Farm lets you do the things your way. So when you need help at protecting the things that matter most, remember to sing it like Jax and Claude do. Hit it, Jax.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hair. Today's episode is also brought to you by Roback. You all know Roback, and we absolutely love their new women's line. Roback's women's hoodies and jogger sets are incredible. They are soft. We cannot take them off. They're super comfortable. The fabric is literally called V-Soft because they are that soft. So whether it's a lazy day, we're out running errands, we love wearing our Roback hoodie and jogger sets. So get yourself a set and stay toasty all season long. Their crew necks are equally as soft, and everybody knows we love a good crew neck. The Roback ones are to die for. What I love about Roback is, one, the sets are sets. For me, like a set is always going to be my option, whether I'm like out, you know, traveling at the airport or just like home running errands or walking the dog. It really just makes you look put together and not a slob, even though like you are a slob at heart, which is amazing. Also, don't sleep on their men's stuff. Really good. It's hard to find like relaxed clothing for men that doesn't make them look like they just rolled out of bed. And I love shopping the men's stuff at Roback. They also just restocked their active dress, which is one of their best sellers. They're made of lightweight, breathable fabrics that are designed to keep you comfortable while you're on the move. I feel like we're going to be living in those this summer. You live in those. If you haven't already, it's now time to try out Roback. Use our code TOAST on Roback.com for an extremely generous 20% off your first order through the end of the week. That's spelled RHOBACK, Roback.com, RHOBACK.com. And our code TOAST, TOAST, will get you 20% off all hoodies, joggers, crews, and more. That's code TOAST. Stay comfortable this spring with Roback. Today's episode is also brought to you by Hatch. Let's talk about bedtime. It's 10 o'clock, your TV is saying one more episode, your phone is begging for your attention, and your to-do list is keeping your mind distracted. With Hatch, you can learn to put your screens away and build sleep routines that help prioritize your rest. Hatch helps you prioritize rest and create bedtime habits that make you feel ready for sleep at night and energized in the morning. Let me tell you, for such a long period in my life, the way I felt in the mornings, then also throughout the day, was really holding me back. I think it was really stopping me from reaching my full potential. And I started to look into certain wellness things, low lift wellness things. But my priority was just to feel better and more well-rested throughout the day and not like an animal leaving a cave when I woke up in the morning. And Jackie had recommended the Hatch, and she was describing how the way Hatch puts you to sleep and also wakes you up is just so civilized and so humane. They use lovely sounds, wind chime-esque. And they also use light to wake you up, which is so much more natural than this crazy I love it. The Hatch seriously is one of those things that changed my life. I think it is so worth it. Ben loves it too because it's also a sound machine. Ben is very specific. He likes the sound of air conditioning, and he had this terrible sound machine on his phone that he used for so long. And when I got the Hatch, I was like, we can do it on the Hatch. He was like, no, I want to use my phone. I don't want to use my phone. These days, before we go to bed, he's like, can you put the Hatch on? I'm like, oh, so you like my Hatch? And right now, Hatch is offering our listeners up to 20% off and free shipping on the Hatch device purchase. Only when you go to hatch.co/toast, it'll get you 20% off at hatch.co/toast, hatch.co/TOAST.
Thank you, La.
You're welcome, Ja.
Our first story, I think one of the names on everybody's lips this week as she's doing promo for her documentary that Turt saw. Celine Dion makes a rare public appearance with her twin sons at Hauser concert.
Oh, I didn't know. So, by the way, she has 3 boys, but the oldest one was at the premiere, and he was on stage with her, just giving her tissues, supportive king energy. And then in the documentary, I guess the 2 younger ones are the ones that actually live with her. Mm-hmm. So they're in the documentary a lot, and they're so cute. And then I saw a picture of them, and I was like, oh, this documentary was filmed because they're hardcore teenagers, hairy upper lips, and now they're much older looking. They're boys, but it was so interesting to see how Celine Dion spends her money on her kids. They're obviously really into gaming, mm-hmm. and she goes in their gaming room for 1 second, and all I could focus on, Jackie, it was the craziest looking. You know those gaming chairs that are ergonomic?
You're working at a call center.
Yeah. Okay, so she had these ones. They were suspended in air. I don't even know how. And the screen was up above, and they were seriously like astronauts. It was the craziest thing, and it's honestly so cute. I guess if she had daughters, we would have thought they would have had a big glam room, and this is how teenage boys these days if you have all the money in the world, that's what you want. It seriously looked like a spaceship. It was the craziest looking thing I've ever seen.
Well, they all went to Hauser's concert at the Las Vegas Encore Theater.
What is Hauser?
I thought the same thing.
Are you saying Hosier?
No, he's a Croatian cellist.
Of course they did. Okay.
Of course they did. And they met the artist himself. Very exciting. They all took a photo together. And it was one of the rare moments where she stepped out with her son. So maybe since the documentary, they're emerging.
Yeah. It's also just so interesting how she, much like we are, big names in New York, she is the most famous person in Las Vegas because she does live in Vegas.
Yeah, which is close to Canada.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
I think that's why she lives there.
For sure. So it's just kind of cool, and so many people.
Big Vegas night out.
It's funny how many people perform in Vegas and this is what she leaves her house for. Not Adele. No. Even though I do think she went to an Adele show.
I didn't. Not that I might.
Or she went to a Lady Gaga one, a really long time ago. I can't remember.
Interesting.
Speaking of Lady Gaga, when I was at the gym, I'm in this era where I can't listen to music on the treadmill anymore. I need to watch something. It's not stimulating enough for me. And I started watching Chromatica Ball.
Okay.
Because I thought it was a perfect blend of watching and listening. And dead ass, this is gonna be such a hot take. I had to turn it off. It was horrible.
What was happening?
Well, first of all, it was just so much hoopla, and I'm like, can you play the song, ma'am? And then once the song started playing, she just was hidden in this butterfly cocoon. So I literally like skipped like 10 minutes, and she was just still like doing so much, and the editing was like crowd face. Like I'm like, can we just focus on Lady Gaga? I don't need to see anything else but Lady Gaga.
You
just like
know what you needed?
what?
Toast Radio.
Yes, exactly.
You should listen to our Toast Radio workout edition. You probably forgot every song you chose and everything we said.
1,000%. I love that. Love.
Are you ready for our next story?
No, we didn't really even talk about the actual
About
story.
all the stories today are like light celebrity fare. They're in no particular order, so it's not like that was like the breaking news story of the day.
Right. Because story one.
She was just probably like our most favorite person to talk about. There's a couple.
Well, you know, like on What Happens Live, Andy Cohen says, like, you know, there's 2 guests, there's 2 chairs, and each chair is of equal value. And he like to his grave, he will say, like, it doesn't matter what chair you're seated in. If you're next to me, that doesn't make you more important than the other. Even though
he has to say that.
Everyone knows the first chair is more important. Do you feel that way about the stories? Are they completely...
No, so it's typically not about the person in the story. It's just like the size of the news. You know, someone going and getting a facial is like less important news than like someone getting a DUI. So even though Justin Timberlake's not my fave, like DUI news is bigger than...
So it's more about the context than the actual subject.
Yes. So because all 5 stories today are not too heavy hitting, I thought it would be fun to start with Celine.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of faves in here, actually. So I'm going to say it's a roll of the dice.
Okay.
Are you ready for our next story?
I am.
Because Emma Roberts is talking about Nepo babies, and she has a hot, fresh take on it.
And you know what? First of all, I loved it because she is a Nepo queen. Mm-hmm. She's a Nepo niece. Which, like, isn't super common.
Unless you have a great auntie who really...
will stick her neck out for you.
Up.
Yeah, go out on a limb.
I just feel like... I know Nepo babies is so real, and so many people, like, duh. But I feel like there are some people, like, who actually, like, couldn't help you. You know what I mean? Like, everybody, like, they have to help them. Not Julia Roberts, but, like, just because your uncle is an actor, like, he's still looking for roles, too. He could barely get himself booked.
Okay, I completely agree. You know who I think that about? Because they call him a Nepo baby. The guy from Tell Me Lies. You know how his mom in the show is... his mom in real life, and like Nepo, she's just like the I don't even know her name. She's a working actress. She has a recognizable face. She's Pat from Smart House.
Yeah.
She is not someone who can wheel and deal, get my son. Like, it's nice to have someone to talk to, but it's not this all-powerful sort of connect.
Right. And I feel like in a situation like that, the privilege is that you grew up in this world, you know how it works. Not everything is just like so foreign to you. You already have a house. You live in LA. You don't have to go auditions, traversing the country. So yes, you have a leg up in that sense, but it's not the classic Nepo baby. And I feel like most Nepo babies fall into that category where it's like, this is convenient, yes.
Yeah. But the thing is, we make generalizations when we talk about Nepo babies, and there are certainly tiers to it.
Well, Emma Roberts is throwing another wrench in the mix of misogyny. She says women Nepo babies get way more criticism than men. How come no one's talking about George Clooney, she said.
By the way, it's so true. First of all,
didn't even know he's a Nepo.
Didn't even know. How is he a Nepo?
His mother or his aunt, Rosemary Clooney, was an icon. Oh, so she had this in her back pocket because her aunt is the famous one.
Oh, you're right. So she went for an equal.
So she went for an equal. And she's so right about that.
No, she is. Because when we talk about Nepo babies, who are we always talking about? Gwyneth Paltrow, Hailey Bieber, Maya Hawke. Like, for me, I always think about Ben Platt. But I'm like,
I was going to say that too.
I'm the only person.
Because he did it to himself.
He did do it.
Because he would have fallen into that first category of like parents in the biz, super helpful.
I actually don't agree. His dad, like, well, we don't know he's not famous, like, front facing. He's more well-connected because he's like a big producer, a big filmmaker behind the scenes. Like, I actually think those people have more power. That's, you know who I think falls into the latter category? People are always talking about Beanie Feldstein and Jonah Hill. Their dad is like a big-timey business manager.
Okay.
I don't really feel like because you handle like the taxes of a bunch of actors, like that means that your kids automatically
that you get to like have this key that unlocks any part that they want.
Yeah.
But do you think she's a Nepo sister, like Jonah Hill being her brother?
Maybe more than their dad. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm also looking at the cover of the
Nepo baby thing.
The Nepo baby thing. There's technically more women, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 women and 3 men.
Who's on it? Like, who's the face of nepotism these days?
These days, it just depends what people are saying, like Dakota Johnson. And I feel like that's
Okay, Dakota Johnson
fair.
is the absolute perfect example of nepotism because you don't become the face of a $1 billion franchise without ever having acted in your life. Like, Dakota Johnson woke up one day and was like, I want to be an actress, and got the lead in like one of those, you know, blockbuster that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
She's really, but
then I think then there's also the question of, okay, yes, nepotism got you here, but you're undeniable and we're not mad about it. Like Zoe Kravitz.
Yes. I thought you were saying with Dakota Johnson.
No,
I don't think Dakota Johnson is undeniably talented.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Ben Platt, he's undeniably talented.
Yes, agreed.
Like he would have gotten there with or without the connections.
Maya Hawke, and I'm going to put them in the same category, Lily Rose Depp. Like, would we know them?
Lily Rose Depp is not undeniably talented. I'm sorry. Maya Hawke is very talented. I'll say that. Undeniably, no, I don't think so.
Maud Apatow.
She's not a once in a lifetime, talent, but very talented.
Zoe Deschanel. Is that her on the cover?
That's Dakota Johnson, my love.
Oh, okay, cool. And then who's this guy? Is that the guy from Tell Me Lies?
No, who the hell is that?
Maybe I should pull up like a high def cover.
I loved that New York. What magazine was it? New York Magazine?
New York Magazine, yeah.
I loved that cover that they did and how it like sent everybody into a tizzy. And I think
who's this guy?
Okay, I have the perfect.
And who's that guy?
I seriously have no idea who.
Okay, and I just want to say that proves Emma Roberts' points that we know who all the women are, and we don't even know who the men Nepo babies are.
Facts for life. Wait, also, what was I going to say? Go back 2 seconds.
The cover, you loved it.
It sent everyone into a tizzy. Shit, I had another one who was like not undeniably talented.
Of a Nepo?
Yeah. But then you were also saying there are certain offspring of celebrities who did everything they could to abuse their privilege and couldn't hack it. I think an amazing example of that is Chet Hanks,
Yeah, but I feel like Chet is doing what Chet wants to be doing. Like, he's an influencer.
I have another one, but it's mean, and I'm not going to say it.
I had one when we had this conversation.
Yeah, you did.
I have one. I'll text it to you because it's mean. I mean, anyone we're going to say this about is mean.
It's mean, yeah. Like
if we're being honest, text me yours.
Yeah, no, I wonder if we have the same one.
Like, this person's parent has power.
Okay, let's see. Oh, by the way, you did say... Okay, wait, mine's better. You did say that to me?
Like...
Okay, go. Right? Mine's better, right?
Yours is good, too. I think they're pretty equal.
Yeah.
I'm cracking up. Anyways, here's what she had to say, by the way. So she did a podcast. Love that. She said, I always joke, why is no one calling out George Clooney for being a Nepo baby? His aunt Rosemary Clooney was an icon. I feel like young girls get it harder with the Nepo baby thing. Like, I don't really see people calling out sons of famous actors. And that's also a great question about, like, Kiefer Sutherland.
Yes.
Donald's son.
Yes.
You didn't even know he was a Nepo baby.
Exactly.
But I also think younger up-and-coming actors and actresses get it more because, like...
We're obsessed.
And because by now, like, Kiefer Sutherland, he's done so many things. Like, you can't say it was nepotism. Like, he's Kiefer.
Yeah.
But with them, they don't have that Rolodex yet.
Yeah.
And portfolio, so they're easier targets.
There really are so many people. Like, when we boil it down, like, I was just thinking of, like, who else I could, bring into it. Literally everyone.
Yeah, unless you were, like, discovered at the mall in your small hometown.
Like, I feel like... Jennifer Lawrence is not a Nepo. She was really discovered. Yeah.
Yeah, like Brad Pitt, too.
Yeah.
And it's like if your parent worked in, like, lighting, that does give you that
count.
similar leg up of, like, I know the industry.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you access.
I live in this town.
No. So, like, the director of lighting, like, doesn't...
Director? That's a big role.
It's not.
I'm just saying.
No, I know.
But then also someone who is in that spot who got her first role in, like, a big franchise is Kristen Stewart. We don't really talk about her because I think, like, she was kind of undeniably talented.
Is she a Nepo baby?
Yeah, I think her parents work in the industry.
Interesting.
And I feel like the more that people talk about this conversation, like, the more fatigued everyone gets by, like, realizing...
Because it's just everyone and everything.
It's everyone, and also it's like Kristen Stewart...
is an undeniable talent.
And is technically a Nepo... It just, like, never ends.
Yeah, I think we've also gotten a little loose with our definition of nepotism.
Yeah.
And, like, who constitutes a Nepo baby.
Her dad is a director. He's known for Fear Factor.
Oh, that's pretty big.
That's pretty major.
Yeah.
And her mom is a script supervisor and filmmaker. The Phantom, Mortal Kombat.
That'll do it.
That'll do it. Yeah. So just because they're like behind the scenes, I think that those people sometimes have more connections.
I agree. It's always the people whose parents like are big names like that we've never heard of, but like if you work in directing, you obviously know them. That gives you more power than your aunt or dad being a movie star.
Yeah. Certainly not the aunt. I feel like Emma Roberts, she's an undeniable talent to me.
I'm at a place now where like there are certain people like I'll never forget who. Oh, I have another failed. I'll tell you later.
No, send it.
Okay.
That's the funniest combo.
It's so mean. Check your phone.
And then back to the story at hand. Do you
also
think,
sound off in the comments?
Oh, I thought that too.
Sound off in the comments. Like who? I would like to see what other people think. Who is like someone who you know is in a position of immense privilege with like who their parents are and like tried to hack it in the industry and like never really made it big.
But do you think that this conversation is gendered?
Which one? The one we're currently having?
What Emma Roberts said.
Yes.
That like the women get it more than the men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kaya Gerber. Like when I think of who we who everyone's always the Kardashians, like because their dad was like a big lawyer or knew O.J. Simpson or whatever. Like the people we automatically like think of are all women.
Yeah.
It's really like Gwyneth Paltrow and Hailey Bieber.
Yeah. Okay, well, are you ready for our next story?
Yes.
Someone who is not a Nepo baby.
Okay.
Selena Gomez.
No, she is not a Nepo baby. Selena is not. Selena might be, though. No, I'm kidding.
She says that she'll appear in the first episode of the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot.
Oh, that's nice.
So Selena is opening up. She did a new interview with Martin Short, and she gave an update on Wizards of Waverly Place reboot. She beamed as she discussed the project with her co-star as he guest hosted Jimmy Kimmel Live on Wednesday. She said, "I'm so excited. It's a show that means a lot to me. I will be in the first episode. I'm executive producing it.
Oh, right.
And it brings me to tears that is the beginning of where I started, and to honor it in this way has truly been a blast. I can't wait for people to see it."
Like Disney girlies who have went on, you know, above and beyond the Call of Duty and then returning back to, like when Zendaya came back to Disney very briefly, even though she was like this enormous movie star. I love that. Like I really do. And it really only happens at Disney because like so far the showrunners there like haven't been exposed as, you know, being freaks. I like missed the boat.
You weren't an Alex Russo swirly?
No, and like it was at the Wizards of Waverly Place's like heyday was at the end of my time with Disney. Like I put in the work with Hannah Montana, I put in the work with That's So Raven, I put in the work with like a couple of shows, and I think people who are like a couple of years younger than me, like this is their Hannah Montana. For me, like I watched it when it was on the season finale, which apparently like made everyone cry. Like I've never seen it. Like I don't give a fuck. Mm-hmm. So like this means nothing to me, you know?
Okay, but what does it make you think of Selena and her
career?
I
like it. It's so clear, and it has been for a while. Like she appears to be done with music. Like acting is her passion, and I love that, you know, she was a part of this show, Only Murders, that is so popular. I have personally given up on Only Murders, which is so crazy. I watched the first 2 seasons, and it was my favorite show. I think it's like the best show of all time. And I started to keep up with the new season, and I just kind of fell off. Like it's getting a little repetitive, which sucks because it's like it's magic. But I feel like it's really good for her. Like I think she likes working with like 2 really well-adjusted, like non-diva people who are like bigger stars than her. I think it's actually like, good for her well-being. Martin Short and Steve Martin, I think they like keep her grounded, and I think they really like her too. And I like that she's, you know, going back to Disney. It shows, you know, all's well. It shows a sense of humility. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. And then it's good for the fans to know that it's like endorsed by Selena and not just like some off-Broadway
production. I do also like that she's the executive producer of it. Like just because a show's being rebooted doesn't mean that like every star needs to come back. So like yes, her making an appearance is great, but I don't think she needs to be, you know, the star of a show in Disney.
Yeah. Bring back Hannah Montana though. Like I would seriously watch that.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. Like sometimes
it depends who it's for. That's the thing with this. It's like, is this for the next generation? In which case they need all new fans anyway, you know? It doesn't matter if Selena's in it. They didn't know her.
Sometimes it's done right. Like I actually think that the way Fuller House was done perfectly. Like all the cast members, I think were in the first episode, but then only DJ and Stephanie and Kimmy Schmidt, the neighbor, they were like main characters, and their kids are the main characters. Mm-hmm. So like it was very much like a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new, and I think that was really well done. I think people really liked it.
Do you think it was out with the old and in with the new?
I did, actually. Goodbye, clouds of gray. Hello, skies of blue.
I got a video in my algorithm yesterday of Vanessa Hudgens' music video for Sneaker Night.
Put your sneakers on.
And I just want to say, I was watching without sound, but I could hear it.
Of course.
And it was just like, the caption was like, not Vanessa Hudgens dropping this banger and then leaving the music industry.
Wanting more. No, she had two songs. What was the other one?
Someone wrote it in the comments. Hold on, but I'll pull up her. Actually, now it's going to be all like High School Musical,
but no, she had two original songs. Put your sneakers on, and the music video for that one was really good, but the actual song for the other song was much better. What was it called?
Come Back to Me.
Baby, come back to me. In my heart, I still believe we were meant to be. Stay together for whatever it takes. Literally,
so she put
cultural
out
reset.
2 albums, technically.
So when you're like a Disney girl, you have like contractual obligations that you are still in your contract, and that's why Sabrina Carpenter only recently finished her obligations to Disney, and so all of the music she had released up until like 2 years ago was Disney contracted music, so she was quite limited, and I think, you know.
That's some of my favorite music is Disney contracted
and
music.
And they keep on twiddling them thumbs, skiddly-dee-dan-dum, and she was like out here performing at the Radio Disney Awards, like. So I do believe, you know, Vanessa, as a part of her big HSM contract, like she was obligated to do X amount of music with Disney. Disney makes amazing music. And it's for everyone.
It is. However, Sneaker Night.
So good. Put your sneakers on. Put your sneakers on.
Clip from the music video.
By the way, I literally know it. I've seen it. Like, it finally made its way to Reels. It started on TikTok.
It's so funny. And it's such a crazy song. And then why didn't she pursue music more?
Because it like wasn't, it was just something she had to do. It was a contractual obligation.
What I saw in the music video was someone who wanted this.
It was undeniable talent.
And it was someone who wanted this.
She put her whole sneaker into that.
You don't sing Sneaker Night.
No, like that.
If you're not trying to get ahead.
I actually saw an interesting clip on social media this morning, totally switching gears, from that couple with the podcast that we were talking about earlier. Abby and Matt.
What are they up to?
Well, he was going on and on about how, you know, it's recently started to make him sad, like sort of this realization that he'll never kiss anyone else. Have you seen that clip?
No.
And he was like to his wife, like, do you feel that way? And she was like, no. Like, he was like, I guess they've only kissed each other, which is sweet.
In their lives?
I think.
Okay.
And like the fact that he just won't know what it's like to like kiss anybody else, like it's just something, like a realization he's been having.
That is so weird.
And did you know he also tried out for The Voice and didn't make it?
No, I didn't know that. Did you see he's like trying to lose body fat? And so he's eating like a horse. Like, what? You sent me, I think, the video of him.
No, I didn't.
Of his, like, what he eats in a day. Because he, like,
I didn't send you that. It must have been the other friend you gossip with about internet things.
No, you did. I don't think you realized that you
I don't send you videos anymore. Like, you've made it too hard.
No, you sent it to me on Reels.
Oh.
I guess
I sent you a TikTok today, and like right before hitting send, I canceled. Like, I just couldn't do it.
Thank you.
It was so annoying.
It's like hurtful. It's like,
and I actually think it was the one about him trying out for The Voice and not getting.
His music career is more interesting, like, to you.
Yeah, it's because you want to know why? It's fucking crazy.
And
like,
for you, it's like the road less traveled.
Yeah.
Like, if you put your music above all else right now,
maybe
like you shouldn't.
Oh no, maybe I should, and then I would have a successful music career.
But like the way that I can sleep at night is thinking of like them colluding together, brainstorming, like how can we piss the internet off? And we love each other so much.
What makes me sleep at night is them crawling into bed, snuggling up, opening their phone, going to their Chase mobile app, and just giggling. Like, as the comments roll in, so does the revenue, you know?
And he's just like, what crazy things should I say tomorrow?
Yeah, but at the same time, like, he's the one getting up in the middle of the night and doing the feedings,
right?
You know?
And he's like bringing her lactation cookies to foster breastfeeding.
Yeah, and he's making her beef stew.
And he's throwing the formula in the garbage.
Literally.
He's making her beef stew.
Yeah, that's in our mind how it goes down in their household.
Yeah, and I like that version of events.
Me too. It's beautiful.
Are you ready for our next story, which is our fourth story?
No, I'm not. I'm so sorry. I've let you down. Is the fourth story brought to you by Wayfair?
It is.
Your home is your creative canvas, an expression of your unique style. And only Wayfair has everything you need to bring your vision to life. It is the place to shop for everything home, from sofas and beds to dining sets and decor. Perhaps a dog sofa, which I didn't know was a thing, but I just got one for Tromeo from Wayfair. It's not a dog bed, because these dog beds are so ugly. I refuse to have one in every room. We got Romeo a dog sofa. It's like literally made of mahogany. It's so nice.
Bru, you want one?
So many things in my home are from Wayfair, and I've had them for years. They really stand the test of time. Wayfair is just the place to go for anything when it comes to your home. I've gotten beds from Wayfair, couches from Wayfair, tables from Wayfair, outdoor, indoor. Oh, I actually just got an outdoor set. They have, I think, the best outdoor furniture on the market because it was so affordable. Like buying a set, it was 5 pieces, 2 ottomans, 2 chairs, and a table. Such a reasonable price. I actually set it up myself, even though you can do their assembly service, which I have done before. I decided to set it up myself. It was totally fine. Wayfair is the go-to destination for everything home, no matter your style or budget. There's a neighborhood in every zip code, and it's brought to life by everyone who makes their home their own. They have a huge selection of home goods ranging from appliances to area rugs, beds, and wall art. Whenever you think, oh, they probably don't sell that on Wayfair, you will be wrong. They sell everything.
Yeah.
They make it easy with fast and free shipping, even the big stuff, and they'll even help you set it up. So every style is welcome in the neighborhood. Visit wayfair.com or get the Wayfair mobile app. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair. Every style, every home. Thank you, Wayfair, for sponsoring today's episode. Today's episode is also brought to you by Taylor Farms. Their mini chop salad kits have 5 delicious flavors: Pizza Ranch, Green Goddess Ranch, Nashville Hot, Citrus Crunch, and Caesar. As you guys know, Taylor Farms is one of our favorite sponsors. We're kind of fueled. If America runs on blank, the toast runs on Taylor Farms.
True that.
They are a family-owned company on a mission to create healthy lives through fresh, delicious food. I'm sure you've probably seen their salad kits at your grocery store. They're sold at every major grocery store. And I think a lot of us, let's be real, we're judgmental. We have preconceived notions about, salads that come in a bag. Because what do you think of when you think of salads in a bag? You think of
yucky.
You think of brown lettuce.
Not fresh, not
fresh.
organic.
Taylor Farms is out here changing the game. I have never had a Taylor Farms chopped salad kit that wasn't less than pristine. It is fresh. It is crisp. It is crunchy. It's pre-rinsed. You could literally eat it straight out of the bag.
It's super chopped. You don't need to get out your cutting board and then have to wash that, and your knife and have to wash that.
I love a salad. Like I'm not gonna lie and say I love salads, but I eat salads, and the best salads that I eat are chopped into oblivion. Mm-hmm. I want it to be mulch. And the fact that they're pre-chopping it, like, thank you so much, taking all the work out of it. You can eat them straight out of the bag. They're so easy to eat on the go. If you're a gal on the go, you're working, you're picking up the kids from school, you're on an airplane, throw it in your bag. All you need is a fork and you're good to go. And you can purchase Taylor Farms mini chop salad kits wherever you like to shop. They are available at all major grocery stores. They are in a wide range of flavors. So whatever mood you're in, feeling sassy, go for the Pizza Ranch. Feeling classic, go for the Caesar. That's the Taylor Farms mini chop salad kit.
Thank you. And I also need to let you know, speaking of premium goods, I need to let you know that today's episode is brought to you by ByHeart. So today's episode of The Toast is brought to you by ByHeart. ByHeart is an infant nutrition company built from the ground up to deliver real innovation on behalf of babies and parents. Their mission, it's a simple one, La Turt. Make the best formula in the world. This year, our friends at ByHeart, the only American-made formula with globally sourced ingredients, to use organic, grass-fed, whole milk, never skim, are celebrating all the ways in which they never skim on anything, especially your bebes. ByHeart never skims on healthy fats, using only organic, grass-fed whole milk. Whole milk is full of healthy fats, like naturally occurring MFGM, which play an important role in brain development and growth. And ByHeart never skims on their standards. Their formula is made with certified clean ingredients, plus it has no soy, corn syrup, GMOs, or palm oil. So, try ByHeart today and celebrate their commitment to never skim on all the important benefits when it comes to infant formula. Curious about ByHeart?
I am.
Redeem your welcome offer at
Turt is curious by ByHeart.
Redeem your welcome offer at byheart.com/podcast with code TOAST20 for a limited time. Additional terms and conditions apply.
Can you just spell that link for me one more time, Jacqui?
Yes, I can. ByHeart, BYHEART.com/podcast with code TOAST20.
Thank you so much to ByHeart and to Jax.
And to Turt.
And to Bert, of course.
For making me pronounce my T's.
You're welcome.
Our next story, little wedding bells are ringing this weekend.
I can hear the bells.
Well, don't you hear them chime? Just keep going.
Can't you feel my heartbeat keeping perfect time? And all because he touched me. He looked at me and smiled. Yes, my heart burned just like him unprepared.
Well, speaking of hearing the bells,
I need to watch Hairspray again. It's been too long.
Do you know who's getting married this weekend? Go into the chapel and they're gonna... You probably have seen the run-up. They're being super obvious.
McCaffrey?
Christian McCaffrey and Olivia Culpo
Okay.
obtained their marriage license yesterday ahead of their Rhode Island wedding. I didn't realize they were getting married in Rhode Island, though I had a thought that they might, because they 2 days ago boarded a private jet that was like totally tricked out for
Mr.
wedded
and Mrs.
bliss.
They're not trying to hide it, by the
No,
way.
they're not. And I love that. And then yesterday they posted photos of their little courthouse license ceremony. She was dressed to the nines
Okay,
in a
I'm so glad
classic
we're talking about
courthouse
this.
look.
I am so glad we're talking about this. First of all, wedding of the fucking century. Wedding of the fucking century. Okay.
And I'm so like happy that it's here. Because don't you feel like sometimes couples are engaged forever?
And this definitely felt long, I'm not gonna lie.
No, they had their engagement party a year ago.
And they've done like a lot of wedding things. Like she went on her bachelorette party. I was like fixated to, I thought she was getting married a while ago because like a month ago, she made this TikTok that was like, come with me to get my lash lift for my wedding, which is like not a big deal, but I get lash lifts and I feel like nobody else does. And she was like, my lash lift ended up taking 3 hours because she went to this really fancy place. And like the next time I'm in LA, I'm gonna go to where she went because she has these crazy eyelashes, like thick, coarse, but just not really curly. And it took the woman 3 hours to get every strand up on the like the sticky before she could put on the chemicals or whatever. So I was like, oh, she must be getting married really soon because lash lifts only last like 6 to 8 weeks if you're lucky. So I've known that the wedding is coming for a while. When I saw the plane and her white Birkin, did you see her white Birkin? She obviously got it like just for the wedding. It was the sickest thing.
I did. Did you see her tote?
Her tote, no.
I'm not going to show you because you're going to want it, but I already looked up the price and it's like, it's out of budget for.
I have to look it up. Where did she wear it?
She wore it on the plane, like walking out to the plane.
She also had the Birkin on the plane.
So she had 2 bags. Like, you're allowed 2 personal items.
Yeah, on a private
I
plane.
think I took a screenshot of it. I'll show it to you because it was in her stories. And you're just going to vomit, Turt.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that's really cute. This,
Yeah.
that's not a brand I like love, so I'm happy to not have it.
Noted. Yeah, here's my screenshot. It's sick.
Do you see her Birkin?
Yes.
White with gold. She's so sick.
And then her courthouse look, which I didn't even realize I was waiting for a courthouse look from
Me
her.
neither. And it's so not what you would expect. It's giving, when Carrie got married in that No Name, and the bride wore a dress by nobody in the movie. And then she ends up getting the Carolina Herrera, but then she, gets left at the altar. So when she does end up getting married, she just wears this No Name suit that she found in a vintage store that's like this white silk, like old school suit. I loved what Olivia Culpo wore.
But where are the pictures? They're not here anymore. It was a collab post.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I do love how Christian McCaffrey's down to clown. Like he understands who he's marrying. He's understanding a girlie who needs to do it for the gram. It's her job. He is like this,
She removed herself from the collab. I don't know why. It's gorgeous.
Trouble in
photos.
Paradise. No, I'm kidding. I just love how he's so down to, because he's like a serious person. He has a $500 million contract. He doesn't need to be doing like the Instagram stuff. And he's so supportive of his wife's work. And I think he understands like the whole universe of Instagram. And like him collab posting, like I'm obsessed.
Yeah. And then she removed herself.
And he still kept it up on his profile.
Yeah.
I love this man. They can never make me not love him.
Yeah, so now I'm really like itching to see her bridal look because I feel like a wedding dress is just the embodiment of one's personal style. For any event, you can take a chance.
Play a character.
But this is like the one thing. Some people do 2 dresses, but the one that you walk down the aisle and it's like, this is my personal style to a T. And her style is so great all the time. I just wonder what the one dress is going to be.
And it's also very exciting to think about who's going to be at this wedding because obviously it's going to be like an affair for the 49ers and she is close with those girlies. So I think the youth checks will be there. I think the Kittles will be there. But then Olivia herself is like a gal about town and she's friends with like, a bunch of cool peeps. Like I'm very much looking forward to the guest list.
Me as well.
Who are like the girly? Who is she like friends with? Like that we know, famous, like model squad. Like
her like Devin Windsor.
Yeah, do you think she'll be there?
Yes,
I do too.
So very exciting weekend wedding. It's a beautiful weekend to get married. If you're getting married this weekend,
it
Mazel
is,
tov.
And it's kind of giving sort of the vibes we were referencing at the beginning of the show. She's getting married in New England.
She is.
There's something to think about.
Everything's coming up New England.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you ready for our 5th and final story?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of trending news. The new trend for men
What now?
who are raw dogging it on flights. Have you seen this?
Okay, raw dogging. When you said men raw dogging, like I thought. Okay, sorry. Continue.
You haven't seen this? I've seen this so many times that I'm like, okay.
Short in shorts.
No. So raw dogging has become the buzziest travel trend of the summer. Seething stealth plane passengers forgoing the modern comforts of flying to either stare at the in-flight map or nothing at all during lengthy trips. No music, no streaming, no snacking, no sleep. They just sit in their chairs and they stare at the flight map or at nothing if their plane doesn't have a TV.
I saw this on social media, raw dogging a flight, like not bringing any stimulants, accoutrements, anything to take your mind off of things, and how it's kind of become like this point of pride. Like, I don't need anything. I can just stare at this boring ass flight map and like this flight will go by in a jiffy. It's become sort of like an Olympic sport. Could never be me. If I don't have like the most high speed Wi-Fi and like 4 things on the TV at once, like I will be bored to tears. This is a flex. It is.
It is. I usually keep my map up. I don't use the in-flight entertainment.
I can't keep the map up because the clock will never go down if the flight map is up.
No, I like having it there as a point of reference, but I do need music or my Kindle, and then I can like keep tabs on the map.
No snack?
Yeah, I didn't know that was part of it.
Criminal.
That's crazy.
And I think it's like extra points if when the beverage cart comes around, like you just get water, you know?
And like extra points for who? Like
no, like it's so stupid.
Also, just lie.
It just makes you look, I think it's more like about how you're perceived to your other travelers. And it makes you look
perceived like a psychopath.
I think people think it makes them look to others as like evolved. As, you know, I don't need like these modern comforts. I can live with nothing, you know?
I guess, but like a book is not a modern comfort.
No, that's definitely not.
Like a Kindle, sure.
The way I can't stress enough how this could never be me.
You should try it.
No, I can't. I find planes, even if it's like an hour-long flight, I find them to be insufferable. For me, like the journey is not worth the destination. I don't care where the fuck I'm going. I hate traveling. Even if I'm in like the best seat, unless seriously someone's taking me on their private plane, Christian McCaffrey, like I can't. Like I find every minute to be exhausting.
Understood. Do they look out the window?
I think that's considered cheating.
I do think so too. I feel like you also kind of have to be in a middle seat.
I mean, that's like sort of like level 10, I think.
But I feel like they should do it. And then that makes more seats for other people who just...
Well, you're not going to be enjoying this flight anyway.
It's like dick measuring contest about nothing.
It's a dick measuring contest about nothing. Like no one's paying attention. No one's watching. But it's become like a flex. Yes, it has. And then I want no part of this competition.
No one will know that you did it unless you bury on social media. But it's like if you're using social media, you're not that much of a raw dogger.
No, if you're using social media, it would appear as though you're enjoying modern comforts, you know, and luxuries of that nature.
But they never said they weren't. They were, I don't know, I guess it's just like a fun challenge for men.
And just imagine, you know, and it's crazy to think about, like men used to go to war.
Yeah, they used to hunt for our food.
And now we're just, you know.
I wouldn't eat unless a man killed...
Watching them raw dog flights.
A grizzly bear. And now we're congratulating this. Congrats, grads.
Men used to go to war. You ever take a look at a man and be like, you would never survive?
No. Yeah.
I said that to Ben. I was like, do you think like because I saw something on Twitter, there was like a bill passed, something about a draft.
Yeah.
And I was like, Ben, like if there was, even though Ben is officially aged out of the draft, but I was like if you had to go to the war, and it's not that crazy to think because in Israel there is a draft, so every 18-year-old, you know, barring some sort of medical or religious exemption, has to go to the army. And a lot of the kids we went to high school with after high school took a gap year and joined the Israeli army for a year. So it's like not that crazy. But I said to Ben, I was like, if there was a draft, like, and you had to go, like there's some big war, like what would you do? And you know what he said?
That his feet will preclude him?
He said he would do it. But he would be the, like, he would work in the kitchen. That would be his contribution. And I actually thought that was a good answer.
That is a good answer. They do need chefs.
Joining the army can mean a million things. As a doctor.
You can be a medic.
Yeah, like there doesn't mean you're like with a gun on a battlefield. So I thought that was actually an amazing and quite a patriotic answer.
I feel like his stance would exempt him. There's something with his feet.
Like Little Miss Sunshine energy, how like when that freak brother realized he couldn't join the he wanted to be in the Air Force because he realized he was colorblind in the back of that turret vehicle.
That's literally Ben.
Ben would show up for Army draft day,
pigeon-toed,
and they would do like a full body exam, and they would take a look at his fucked up feet, and they would say, "Sir, go home. You're free. You're free to go." And he would be like, "Why? What?" He doesn't realize Ben's feet, seriously, if you're watching on YouTube, are like this.
It's pigeon-toed, right?
He is no. I always thought it's pigeon-toed.
It's the opposite?
Yeah, pigeon-toe is when your toes face each other. Ben's toes want nothing to do with each other.
It's like a duck.
And his heels, it's duck-footed, something like that. And Ben thinks there's nothing wrong with it. Ask me how many times I've been standing next to Ben and seriously went to go like to the bar or something and tripped over his foot is always in my fucking way. And sometimes I make Ben, when we're at home, I force him. I'm like, stand with your toes facing straight. Like, I wish, I'll take a picture next time because he looks so wrong. He can't, his knees, like it's a full body strain to get his toes just facing north.
Starts at the knees.
Yeah.
Because here it says out-toeing or being duck-footed is a condition marked by feet that point outward instead of straight ahead.
Yeah.
It's most common in toddlers and young children who typically outgrow it by age 8.
No.
Adults can also become duck-footed as the result of a sedentary lifestyle, poor posture,
oh my God,
injury, or other causes.
You guys, it's the bane of my existence. And so when Ben goes to work out at the Live Method, they're like kind of actively working on it. You know, Ben works out with the trainer without shoes on, and I think it's all in an effort to get him like righted.
Good luck to him.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's the funniest thing. It is seriously my least favorite thing about Ben. But you are right. It would get him out of the army. Do you know how many times I've tripped over his foot? Like his foot is always just in my, and he's a big foot too. It's not like his little foot. We're standing next to each other. Let's say we're at like a wedding. We're sitting next to each other. I'm like, hey, should we go get a drink? He's like, yeah. And I start to walk and his foot is just always right in front of me. Like it's just always doing its own thing.
Damn. Maybe that's why you're always falling.
I love that.
Because he's walking around with his big feet.
Literally. And why should he get to stomp around like a giant while the rest of us try not to get crushed by his big feet?
Exactly.
You know, this was what started as kind of a nuisance, this episode, just sort of this thing we had to get out of the way before we performed for a sold-out crowd at the Beacon Theater, has become a fond memory.
A delight.
A delight. And that's just what you can expect here.
And what you can expect tonight.
Yeah. Not to make everyone else who's not coming feel like an irrelevant ugly, but you are.
Just for the evening.
Yeah, and we've all been there. We've all had nights. One night only. Come on, baby, come on. So the next time you see us, we will be girls who are officially doing a residency. And I did just see a text message, like not that I need to say this. We released 7 tickets because we had 100 tickets for our friends and family. We released 50. So we ended up with 50. We used, as of this morning, 43 of them. So 7, and they're good seats because they were for our friends and family. So 7 tickets. Go try and get them if you can. So yeah, the next time you see us, we'll just be girls who, do live shows.
Live shows. It's gross. We're live shows. It's gross. We're live. Well, with that,
you can go. Like, wrap it up. I got to pee anyway. I feel like if I exert too much energy in the wrap up, I'll leak a little bit.
That's fine. Can I do it in my way?
Sure.
Like as an earnest play?
She did it her way.
Thank you so much for listening to the toast. We've got a busy day, so we're going to go. Love ya. Bye.